We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello everyone, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. We're gonna talk to Heath because we just finished talking to the Golgotha, which we're shooting up blood syringes. Not gonna mess with that vibe, but okay. Hi Heath, I almost died today, by the way. Hey Chico, you came by after all. It seems like you and Marcus didn't run into any problems. I'm so glad. What do you mean? I wasn't with Marcus. I have some questions about you. What counts as beautiful in your eyes? Beautiful? Well, I love outward beauty as much as anyone else. Pretty eyes, soft lips, somebody that's taken care of, tasteful clothes. Of course, I care about what's on the inside too. A kind, selfless heart. That's the most beautiful thing of all. But it's true that we judge our first impressions off appearance, even if we don't admit it to ourselves. It's just human nature. I always keep that in mind. What kind of future do you dream of when the war's over? A future where we can all be ourselves. I don't know what that might look like, but with the right leader, anything is possible. He gazed at me intently, rolling his shoulders in a gentle shrug. What are your thoughts on vampires and pop culture? I haven't read a lot of books on them, but I've seen a few movies. That recent film with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It's charming, I won't lie, I really liked it. And I can understand the writer's choice, since there are so many things to romanticize about being a vampire. Though I think a film made by one would be very different. Closer to Nosferatu, maybe, or the original Dracula. He glanced towards the movie posters on the opposite wall, exhaling a quiet laugh. Questions about you? Okay, I don't have anything. Let's talk about someone else. You know Andre. Yes, he's very, very smart and very, very capable. I'm just never really sure what's going on inside his head. I've met him before then. How does he measure up to Charisse? Have you met him before? Not much. But he invited you to visit, didn't he? A lot of people don't trust him because of his private meetings and the place he lives. You might not want to mention it to Charisse. Okay. Something that happened recently? I met this guy, Lazarus, in the sewers. I almost died. Lazarus, I think Charisse mentioned him a few times. She sounded a little warmer than usual whenever she brought his name up in conversation. I have a feeling she fell in love with him. He hesitated, briefly digging his fingers into his scarf for a moment. But ever since around the time you returned, I haven't heard her say anything more about him. It might be for the best if we didn't discuss Lazarus here, though. I think Charisse kept quiet about him for a reason. Okay, that's all for now, because I asked him everything. Alright, I hope I can see you again soon with Chico. Stay safe. He gave me a soft, wistful smile before pulling away, stepping towards the shelves to make a drink. Why is no one worried that I almost died? Am I the only one that knows I almost died? After the bar's quiet ambience, returning to the street. Oh, I just keep hanging around town? Alright, let's go see Randall. I should technically go see Marcus, to be honest. Because last time I tried to see Marcus, he wasn't there. I had my driver take me to Santa Monica, deciding to stop by Randall's place. But I feel like we haven't seen Randall because he thinks that, like, I don't have a mind of my own. Like, bitch, yes I do. I pushed open the door, greeted by cheerful sound of conversations and clinking glasses. There was quite a crowd inside, though Randall wasn't anywhere to be seen. Oh shit, dude. No. I don't want to waste time doing that. Visit Blood and Roses. I have to edit the fuck out of this place, but it's fine. I asked the taxi driver to bring me to Blood and Roses, and we soon pulled up outside the shop. But the sign in the window read, what the fuck? The hell? Where is everybody at? This is the abattoir, so I can actually talk to, what's her face, I guess? It was a packed night at the club. I saw and sensed plenty of Ascaria, mingling with unaware humans. Over in the lounge, a friendly-looking group stood chatting and laughing with each other, and when we briefly made eye contact, one of them nodded at me invitingly. I want to go get a drink at a bar, though. Let me go to the bar real quick, okay? The bar was surprisingly quiet tonight. Most of the patrons seemed to be out on the dance floor. For a moment, I leaned against the counter, surveying the crowd for any interesting faces. Oh my, what a fine customer. You look like you may be interested in the special. A warm, soothing voice purred at me from close by. Oh, you're so cute! When I glanced around to search for the source, I realized the bartender had sidled up to me. Perhaps you would allow me to serve you a drink. Oh, you're a vampire. You're Fang. One that suits our morbid tastes. Unless, of course, you might wish to try my special... Oh, pudding! I'm sorry, did you just say pudding? Yeah, pudding! What the fuck? Pudding! Yes, pudding. I guarantee you have tasted nothing like it. A what? Sanguinaccio dolce? The finest of blood enhanced into a magnificent dessert. He gave flourishing with one hand, winking at me daringly. Would you care for a little sample? Oh, fuck yeah! Hell yeah, I'll give it a try, why not? Marvelous, and it's scarred with an adventurous palate. Are you telling me they don't eat that? What kind of people? Come on. Blood tasted dessert? We could actually eat this and taste it. My response obviously delighted the bartender, who beamed like Christmas had just come early. Then holding up one finger for me to wait, he slipped over to the other end of the counter, reaching inside a small fridge. I heard him humming under his breath as he sauntered back, still absently shaking the mixer in his right hand. Here you are! The bartender slid a small bowl in front of me, filled with thick bread pudding and crowned by a little silver spoon. He watched me. I'm gonna pretend it's like cherry. Cherry flavor, strawberry flavor, watermelon flavor. No, it's totally not blood. He watched me intently as I scooped out a small spoonful, bringing it up to my lips. The cool, smooth texture slowly melted on my tongue, sweet and savory. It was almost unnervingly delicious, better than anything I tasted before, except for maybe David's blood. Bro, you still remembering David's blood? Wow, this tastes amazing. I feel like it's almost too good. Do I want to know what you put in here? No, let's not ask. Let's not ask. Tastes amazing. Why, thank you. I can never tire of satisfying my clientele. My reaction didn't seem to surprise him, but a satisfied smirk glowed over his lips. Oh, by the way, please call me Dorian. I prefer to have a closer connection with special patrons, and I can tell you're quite special, my dear Skari. There's no need to pay either. The delight of practicing my art for a receptive palate is more than enough to satisfy me. Licking his lips, Dorian glanced down at my pudding with a hint of pride. Do you want a piece? In my eyes, blood isn't merely something to be sucked up for sustenance, nor gulped down for any mortal on the street. From any mortal. We may have only one meal available to us as vampires, but there are an infinite number of ways to experience it. I mean, Heath showed me blood with the alcohol mix, so that's one way too. Well, after recent experiences, I'm not sure about the one meal thing. Infinite, how so? Wait, what recent experiences? Are people eating more than they should? I'm so happy you asked, good patron. I just want to win you over. I know you're not dateable. He paused, inhaling a deep breath, his expression melting into the tender look of someone describing their lover. My recipes aren't merely a combination of ingredients, but also draw from the nature of the blood itself. Everything from the human's diet to their preferences and music. As one tastes more and more variety of blood, one realizes that every human is certainly not created equal. One may develop a cultured palate, appreciating only blood with fine nuances. Nuances? The most forbidden delight comes from blood taken in articulo mortis, such a rare but exquisite ecstasy. The rich fullness squeezed from a virgin's heart, the aromatic splendor of a vivisected dancer, the divine drops that trickle from a severed head. Dorian held the drink mixer to his cheek, stroking his fingers along the metal in a slow caress. Of course, I have never procured any of those myself. I simply hear from acquaintances that they taste simply sublime. His exclusive grin came with a warm chuckle before he started shaking his mixer again. May I ask what your thoughts on feeding are, my sweet patron? I don't mind drinking from humans, but I am a little picky. I really don't like it. I drink from blood packs as much as I can. I love everything about feeding, the act itself, the taste of blood. It feels very intimate to me, so I prefer that. No, I drink from a blood pack. Judge me all you want. Blood packs, I see. Perhaps I could procure some specialized packs for you. I can't stand the thought of you drinking the abhorrent swill they usually fill those plastic carcasses with. He looks faintly distressed for a moment, shaking his head with a little grimace. Bro, I don't want to feed on people. You're very young still. I'm curious how your taste will evolve over time, as mine have over the years. Were you always a bartender, even as a mortal? How did you become a vampire, Dorian? How did he become a vampire? I always had something of a fear of growing old. old for seeing myself decay within the mirror over my years. Perhaps that's why my sire was drawn to me and plunged her fangs deep into my veins that fateful night. Dorian trolled off with a gentle sigh, as if the memory were more romantic than anything. When I moved here after being pulled into my marvelous unlife, I was drawn to the humble career of bartending. It was around that time that I became a connoisseur of blood, shall we say. I started to appreciate its many exquisite themes and variations, the way it could be extracted for the best flavor. There are a few few places on Earth with the fine variety of blood that Hollywood has. I have seen everything from the very most refined to the most depraved, and they often overlap. I imagine I'll stay here for a long time, but one day the veins and arteries of another city will call me away. A new supply of delights to exanguinate. Well, if you ever need a taste tester, you know who to call. I'd love to get a little closer to each other before you leave. To be honest, I'd love to get a little closer. Oh, my dear, Scar, as lovely as you are, I'm afraid such a thing is impossible. I know, because you're not fucking dateable. My heart is eternally bound to one exquisite, succulent, carmine love. One I am so sweetly enslaved to. Dorian slowly pulled the lid off his mixer. Is it your, life of bartending? Food in general? Dorian slowly pulled the lid off his mixer, looking off a stray red droplet that landed on his thumb. Ah, some new customers have arrived. I imagine it's time to return to rum and cokes. A pity, as there was so much more I want to share with you. But the next fine drink you happen to enjoy, I hope you might think of me. It's gonna be tough, because I think of Heath when I think of alcohol, because Heath owns his own little bartending area. With that, Dorian gracefully stepped away, drifting over to the newly arrived groups of humans with a faint sigh. My thirst sated for now. I turned my focus back to the club's main hall. Well, let's go talk to the Scary, I guess. We're here. Oh god, I gotta blur this. Fuck. Come on, man. I slowly made my way over to the Scary, who welcomed me into their group almost instantly. Wild, free-spirited, and down to earth. They were much different from the more elegant vampires I usually saw at the hotel. Oh, so this is like a different group of Scary? But they weren't like the bar either. I glimpsed a dreamy, distant romance in their eyes, the same flower child smile as I seen in old photographs. As we carried on a lot of conversation over the music, I learned that they'd been partying since the LSD days, the 60s, which apparently saw an outbreak in vampirism. Back then, rumors spread that getting fed on was just an amazing new high, but all the young, overeager vampires frequently drank too much from their partners. So instead of letting them die, they spread the condition like wildfire. After they shared some of their history with me, the friendly Scar invited me to dance. I decided to dance with them. Why not? I followed them out onto the dance floor, where we spent the next hour slamming and flailing to various gothic kids. Their dancing skills were all over the place, but nobody really seemed to care. They were just happy to be enjoying themselves, relishing the music the same way they had decades ago. That's cute. That was nice. Eventually, the group dispersed to get drinks or wander off with their partners, but they thanked me for spending time with them. Well, let's go outside now. And go back to the hotel, because everybody else is, like, not home. I left the noisy interior of the club, returning to the street. Time had passed quickly and the night was already almost over. Time to head back. That wasn't too bad. We didn't really get to see, the girl, but we saw the bartender guy, finally. Flipping off the lights, I gazed out the window into a sparkling panorama. It was so strange to think that if I hadn't been turned, this room would belong to Lazarus. Oh, so I was the reason why he didn't get turned? Technically, yeah, because then they didn't need another candidate. Where would I have been right now? Still in Hollywood, chasing my dreams? Or if Hollywood rejected me, would I have ended up somewhere very different instead? It's a lot of questions. Let's just live in the now. With my cold cheek pressed to the pillow, I left another night of unsettling thoughts for the comforting arms of sleep. Why do I still hear them? Like the faint chattering of the people. Why can't I hear them still? I sat on the foot of my bed, staring at my reflection in the black screen. And this is where I'm going to save for today's episode. At least we've finally met Darian, whatever the heck his name is, that we can't pursue because it's impossible. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it,